quality brand name products at affordable wholesale prices, Cash and Carry is the perfect place to shop. Whether shopping for individual, business, churches, or more, Cash and Carry is sure to meet your needs. Cash and Carry of Cookeville, 931-528-8050.
Tough loss in Indiana. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Watson Brown Show, presented by IWC Cash and Carry, alongside Tennessee Tech head coach Watson Brown. I'm your host, Buddy Pearson. Well, after starting off the 2014 season with a victory over Kentucky Christian, the Golden Eagles took to the road and suffered a hard-fought loss at Indiana State in Terre Haute. Coach, not exactly the way you wanted to start out the road portion of the season, but nevertheless, it is what it is.
We did get beat?
Yeah.
I tried to forget that.
Yeah, sorry. I had to bring that up.
We got what we deserved. It was a poor performance. It started out very poor on offense.
Yeah.
We did not deserve to win. You don't turn it over 4 times to 0. You don't give up 7 big plays and make 0. It could have been worse if they hadn't been penalized as much as they were. We had 6 penalties. They had 13 in the game. But we just have got to play a lot better than we played on both sides. The offense has technical issues that we got to get corrected. We're making mistakes. The defense gave up big plays in the passing game we've got to fix. So, but I'm not down at all. I see the pieces, and we're very capable of playing a much better football game than that, and I expect that we will, and I think we can get some things corrected this week.
Well, early on it looked as though it was going to be a defensive struggle between Tennessee Tech and the Sycamores, as we check out the first half highlights brought to you by Wendy's Breakfast of Cookeville. Awesome Eagle leading the team onto the field. Good to see Awesome Eagle making the trip, Coach. Love to have that support there as the team takes the field there at Memorial Stadium. It was a nice afternoon. Darian Stone, the QW, this time lining up at the quarterback position, taking the pitch.
Well, it's a good thing we've had this in the first 2 games, because I think it's been the best parts of our offense. And we've had it 147 snaps, buddy. I think in 2 games we've only been in the QW playing quarterback 44 snaps. I don't think it's enough.
Yeah.
We've got to get him. This is his first completion of the year, too, Jared Davis.
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat. But at the same time, I think we're disappointed in the quarterback play, but we've got to give Jared a little break here. I mean, it was his 4th start. I told the group, the quarterback club today, the group at the luncheon, that their quarterback was starting for his 4th year. Our quarterback was starting his 4th game. And I thought the difference in the quarterback play was a big part of the game.
Yeah, one of the big highlights for Tennessee Tech was the play of Ladarius Van Leer here, about to get his helmet ripped off on a kick return. But, boy, what a great performance by Ladarius Van Leer against Indiana State.
Well, and we were told today he is the OVC Special Team Player of the Week. And I didn't think about it, but, Lord, he sure deserved it. 200 total yards in the game, and he is a dynamic player. We have got to, in this open week, find ways to get him the football more on the offensive end. That's my job to do that, and we've got to get that done. He and Trey Burks are playing this that inside position you're watching right here. Nice throw and catch and there's some beautiful plays in this game. I'm telling you, there's some really nice executed plays in this game. There's just the consistency of it, Buddy, was not anywhere close to what it's got to be to move a football.
And that's 4th down there, 14-yard pass from Jared Davis to Darian Stone. The Sycamores led it 21-0 at halftime. Still didn't feel like, though, we were out of the game. What did you tell your team at halftime?
Calm down. We were very immature. We lost our poise. We lost our cool. Poor things would happen to us, and we didn't respond to them on both sides, but more offense than defense. Where is the youth, the inexperience on our team on the offensive side more than the defense? It's showing right now. We've got to have a little patience with these kids and let them get better, but not have enough patience that we don't make them better. There's a fine line there. I think it starts with Jared Davis, and he's got to play better at quarterback. We did protect him better. It might not have looked at you all, but to me, I know as a coach, we protected him better in this game. Our offensive line played a better game in this game than they did game 1. But still, we're not anywhere close offensively to where we got to be. Then we've got to address the big plays on the defensive side of the ball. I think, in a nutshell, that's where we are right now.
Well, there were certainly some big plays being made by special teams as we check out the second half highlights brought to you by Miller Lite. And Coach, Indiana State comes out, takes the second half kickoff, moves right down the field and scores. Not exactly the way you wanted to see the second half start up.
No, that's not a pretty sight. Very, very upset about that. That's probably the most upsetting thing of the day to me, is that our defense didn't come back out with the spirit to get that quick stop like we're capable of doing.
45-yard punt by Jonathan King. Good job on the coverage by downing it at the 1 yard line.
Again, special teams.
Yeah.
Down there behind the ball, playing it perfectly. Nice kick, even though Jonathan didn't punt well in the game. Here's the block by Jordan Patrick that it got cut off there real quick. We didn't get to see it, but what a beautiful block that was. They had a missed assignment in their protection. We took advantage of it, blocked it perfectly, stayed on his feet, and didn't jump at the ball. 6'4" with long arms, and
He almost got another one right there.
Nearly got another one there, and then the return is just done really well. Nice block by Malik Hall to start. Look at all the cutoff blocks there. DeMario Donnell trying to follow him. Big block right there. I can't tell who that was that made the big block to get him loose, and that one's hard to catch when he gets going now. He can really run, and that what a weapon we've had in the first two games. It's been better in our first two games than probably in the last 4 years combined here.
Ladarius Van Leer, 72-yard punt return, and like you said, Coach, there was a wall there. He catches that about 2 yards from going out of bounds, just as reverses his field, and then instead of stuttering or trying to juke his way, he just turned on the jets and just outran everybody.
That's where he's better, buddy.
Yeah.
That's where he's better. In the years past, the first couple of years with him, always wanting to make a cut on somebody.
Right.
He can also fly. He needs to just outrun everybody, and I think he is. I think he's the most improved player on our team as far as from playing last year to playing this year in the punt game.
Mike Parrish, quarterback for Indiana State, 31-yard touchdown pass to Gary Owens right over Austin Talent. Coach, Austin Talent's one of your best defenders. What do you do?
A beautiful throw and catch.
Yeah.
He batted one down early in the game on the exact same play. They came back the second time in the game and ran the same play into the same coverage, which is amazing. That happens. And this time he's in the same place. He just doesn't hardly tip it. And to give the quarterback and receiver credit, we had the same chances to make those plays ourselves. We didn't make a one. They were 4 for 4 on those fade routes.
Wow. Final score of 49-14. I know talking with you after the game, you were certainly very disappointed, but now having had a chance to go back and maybe look at some film and to reevaluate, what's your take now?
Disappointed, but at the same time, nothing I see isn't correctable.
Yeah.
It's mistakes we made. I was talking with somebody today, and I don't think they were better than us. They beat us 49-14. I don't think they had a better team.
Yeah, I
don't think we had a better team.
Yeah.
But they weren't better than us, and we were the one that made all the bad plays. We're the ones that weren't consistent in our play, through our quarterback, through the whole offense. And then, as we said earlier, I think, buddy, the big thing to me is our defense giving up big plays.
Yeah.
And that's got to change. And we got to address that in the open week with some technical things we may need to put into our system a little more to help with that. I think we take too many chances at the line of scrimmage, crowd people too much for the run, put our corners too much on an island. And the other day we got beat doing it. So we're going to have to mix a little more on when we do that. And so there's a lot of things to correct, a whole lot. But at the same time, nothing that's not correctable to me.
Well, there were plenty of other OVC teams in action, and some of them fared pretty well as we take a look at the OVC scoreboard brought to you by the OVC Digital Network. Eastern Kentucky, a big win over Miami of Ohio, 17-10. Jared McClain, 5 of 11, 91 yards. And Deshaun Mobley, 13 carries, 27 yards. Tennessee State, ranked number 14, a loser at Alabama State. Somewhat of a shocker there, 27-21. Elsewhere around the league, it was number 9, Jacksonville State over number 13, Chattanooga, 26-23 in overtime. DeMarcus James, 29 carries, 112 yards, and a touchdown for the Gamecocks. It was number 25, Southern Illinois over number 14, Eastern Illinois, 38-21. Elsewhere around the league, UT Martin, a loser to Central Arkansas, 26-24. It was Murray State losing to number 25 Louisville 66-21, and it was Kansas barely getting by Southeast Missouri 34-28. Coach, any of those scores reach out and grab you?
Well, it shows that we got a good league.
Yeah.
Again, the thing that I liked that I saw in the day was I don't think we've got a dominant team in the league, which is good for us because we're not a dominant team. And the more that we can knock each other off, the better it is for Tennessee Tech. I don't know if it's better for the league, but I think it's going to be better for Tennessee Tech. It looks to me like the year that we won it when there wasn't a dominant team and everybody had losses in the year. So I see that coming again right now.
Good wins for Eastern Kentucky and Jacksonville State. Eastern Kentucky, the only team at 2-0 in the league. Jacksonville State, Tennessee State, Murray State, SEMO, and Tech all at 1-1. Austin Peay has lost its only game. And Eastern Illinois 0-2, as is UT Martin.
Well, Jacksonville State and Eastern Kentucky right now are dominating defensively.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. UT Chattanooga had 111 yards of total offense in the game. They intercepted 2 passes at corner to keep the game close. Or Jacksonville State dominates that game. Eastern Kentucky is not moving the ball real well offensively, but their defense right now, they intercept the pass to win the game. Miami is running down the field and moving the ball to put the game away, and Eastern runs 180 yards for a touchdown, takes the lead, and didn't lose it. So the two defenses right now that are dominant in our league are the two teams right now that look the best.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. We got more of the Watson Brown Show coming up. Don't go away.
Tennessee Tech tickets available at 931-372-3940 or ttusports.com.
Welcome back to the Watson Brown Show. Well, the QW position was created to put some of Tech's outstanding athletes on the field. One of those outstanding athletes is Livingston's own Brock McCoy, who just happens to be in our Golden Eagle player profile, brought to you this week by Zaxby's.
Brock McCoy, QW, Livingston, Tennessee. I got started playing football. I just grew into it, really. My dad played, my brother played, my uncle and my dad coached, so I just got thrown into it and then, played it ever since. I realized I could play at the collegiate level probably around junior year. I never really thought about it until that point. I started getting some letters, some calls, some interests, and of course Tennessee Tech showed up and kind of sold me there. I chose Tennessee Tech for the main reason it was so close to home. I don't live 20, 30 minutes from here, I can go home on the drop of a dime. I got a lot of people behind me, hometown, real close, so that kind of keeps me going. That's big for me. My biggest inspiration up to this point, I would definitely have to say my father. He's never pushed me into playing football. I mean, he played himself, so he knows, what it takes. But he was there for me through thick and thin, helped me with everything. I wouldn't be where I'm at without him. My teammates would describe me probably a little crazy, but I think most of them would say I'm energetic. I like to be on the field. I like to work hard when I'm out there. The QW has been really good for me. I really like it. I enjoy it. When Coach Brown told me about it, I was all for it right then and there. Getting to play a little receiver, splitting out, coming back in, doing a little quarterback. I thought that was a great idea, especially for me and Darian. I thought that fit us perfect, and I think it'll work well. Knowing that my dad made it to the NFL, I think it's a big inspiration for me. I think I feed off that a little bit. When I'm on the field, I don't think of me playing for him. I play for myself, but at the end of the day, between me and my dad, it's competitive. It's a competitive nature. So I'm definitely trying to be able to tell him that I'm better than him. That's just mine and his relationship.
Brock McCoy talking about his dad, Danny, and that's somebody you know very well.
Recruited Danny, it tells you how old I'm getting. I don't know how many of those I've had now in my career, but to coach the daddy and then coach the son, coach 2 of sons.
Yeah.
Also, Brandon was on the team, Brock's brother, older brother first, and then now Brock. And I think the world of Danny McCoy. He still owns most of the records at Cincinnati, passing records. And we were talking to him at Vanderbilt. Then I took the head job at Cincinnati when I left from assistant at Vanderbilt. But Brock's going to be every bit as good as his daddy, if not better. before it's over. I have to say that just to take up for Brock a little bit. I want to make sure Danny is listening to that real close. But Brock's going to be a special player.
Well, and he's done so much as a redshirt freshman. He did work hard as a redshirt. Now to be able to get on the field and play as a redshirt freshman says a lot.
Well, buddy, and he's got to play more. We're leaving Darian out there too long. I coach the position. I'm the head coach. I forget during the games to switch that, so I've got Coach Stephen Brown now in charge of that to make sure we don't leave Darian Stone out there too long. I think in the first 2 games, Darian's played too many plays, gets tired late third quarter, and you can see it. Yeah. You can see it. Very hard place to play. Very demanding position to catch the ball, block, go back and run the ball as a quarterback, throw a few passes. That's a lot on the position. But we got to use the position more. I don't think we've used it enough. It's been the most positive thing in our offense so far.
Well, it's always fun to hear what a coach has to say when he's coaching. So this week we listened to Coach Sam Williamson in our Mic'd Up segment. Take a listen.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Business trip now. It's a business trip. You know why we're here. Let's go. Yeah, stay down. Work on it, Marc. You gotta work on it. Make sure you stand down. Show the line of scrimmage. Dominate up there. Dominate. Don't place your hand on the guy. Don't run to him, run through him. Okay, go again. Stay down, Dad. Sink in your stand. Go. Tackle. There you go. Much better. Much better. You gotta have maximum knockback on every snap now. It's one thing you're really good at. Work on it. Do it. Listen, remember what we said now. Make them remember who you are. All right? Don't just be another guy on the field to them. Okay? Let them remember who 91 is. Let them remember who 92 is. Yes! Back out. Out. Right, get out. Get out. Control your gap. Do your job. Pad level. Hands. Knock back. Be violent on every snap. Okay? Do what you was told to do. Work up perfect on every snap. You got me? All right, let's go. All right, DT's on 3. 1, 2, 3. Get your mind right now. Get your mind right. Hey, physical.
Down by number 20, Thurman for the Sycamore.
No. We're killing them on movement, but just keep knocking back. Knocking big bodies back now. Control your gap. Get your eyes in your gap quick. Hey, stay down. Knock back. Stay down.
Number 5, Logan, the ball carrier. He's brought down by number 14, Austin Talent.
Be smart, White. Be smart. Come on now, let's keep fighting now. Let's go. Hey, wait, one tackle, we off the field right there. We make a tackle, we off the field. One of the big issues. Just missed the tackle. We all right, we all right, we all right. Read and play foul, hold on to the field. You guys up front know what to do, right?
Over on downs, it's 1st and 10, Tennessee Tech.
Good stop.
Well, Coach Sam gets pretty animated there on the sidelines.
Well, he does, and that was his better behavior.
Well, it's time now to catch up with a former TTU athlete in our Where Have They Landed feature, brought to you by the Golden Eagle Sports Network. This week, many of you will recognize this former Golden Eagle golfer if you've ever bought insurance in the Upper Cumberland or if you've ever watched a college basketball game where he officiates. It's Livingston's own Gary Maxwell.
I'm Gary Maxwell, played golf at Tennessee Tech in 1984 and 1985. I came to Tennessee Tech from Livingston, grew up just up the road. Came in 1983. I went to David Lipscomb College when I got out of high school, the first 2 years, and played on the golf team at Lipscomb. I met my wife, Lucretia, in, I guess, the 2nd grade. She's from Livingston as well. And we actually met at the golf course. Had been friends forever, dated in high school. Krisha was a really good athlete, good basketball player. Played here at Tennessee Tech, played basketball and volleyball in 81 and 82. Eventually went to dental school and became a dental hygienist. But yeah, I've known her all my life. After Tech, actually got married my senior year at Tech, which was a little different. That's unusual back then, but finished up. I went to work in the insurance business, and I started in 1985 working in the insurance industry. Basketball officiating, another career. Actually, I'd played in high school. We had really good high school teams at Livingston, played for Coach Vaughn. We played in the state tournament a couple times and had really good teams and loved basketball. but I was a little better golfer than point guard. But wanted to stay close to the game and actually started refereeing intramurals is how I got started, just to make some extra spending money. Went to the Final Four in 2007, and that's the only time I've been able to go. Hopefully one of these days we'll get to go back, but I think I've been in the NCAA tournament 16 years, 16 times, so it's a unique event. How do you get from intramurals at Tech to the NCAA Final Four? That's a tough question. Just really met a guy at the right place, right time. John Guthrie with the Southeastern Conference hired me in 1992. Actually, came to a game at Murfreesboro and watched Cookeville play Murfreesboro-Oakland, and was there to watch a college game the next day and saw me officiate that night, and one thing led to another, and I got hired in the OVC in '92. But very, very fortunate, very lucky. Never dreamed it'd turn into what it's turned into. Been very, very fortunate. I'm Gary Maxwell, and that's where I landed.
Well, now, I don't think a whole lot of officials, but he's a pretty good official, although I would dare say he's a better golfer than he is an official.
He's good at both.
Yeah.
I got a great story about Gary, and I'm the athletic director at UAB, and we're playing University of Kentucky in to go to the Sweet 16. Mike Anderson's my coach. I'm down on the court in the seats down on the front row, and all of a sudden this official comes up to me and starts ragging me bad, and I don't remember Gary at that point, tells me who he is, and it was neat. We upset Kentucky that day.
Wow.
Knocked off Kentucky to go to the Sweet 16, played Kansas the next week, but Gary had that game, and he's an outstanding official and golfer, but he's also an outstanding person.
Yeah, and I can remember when he went to the Final Four, just what a great experience for somebody from Cookeville to be able to go officiate in the Final Four.
I'm prejudiced, but I don't think there's a better one college basketball than Gary. I think he's great composure when he does it, handles all the pressure situations really, really well. I just think he's fantastic.
Hey, there's still more to come on the Watson Brown Show. Stick around. We're going to be taking your Twitter questions and talking about the open date. Stay with us.
Tennessee Tech tickets available at 931-372-3940 or ttusports.com.
Welcome back to the Watson Brown Show. If you have a question for Coach Brown, you can tweet it at TTU Golden Eagles. Now, we have some questions for you, Coach, that have been tweeted in. We'll start with Chris L. Burke has tweeted this question in. After a tough outing at Indiana State, Coach, how do you bounce back?
Oh, that's easy. If you got good kids, they'll bounce back. This is going to be one of those kind of years to me, buddy. The schedule's really, really tough. We're going to win some, we're going to lose some, hopefully, and not hopefully lose some, but hopefully win some.
Yeah.
And we just got to keep going one week to the other. When we won the league 3 years ago, that's what we did. We'd lose one, everybody think, well, it's over.
Yeah.
Fans always magnify it as really good or magnify it as the team won't win another one, and you got to stay on an even keel and get ready for the next one. With things that we did wrong in that game are very fixable.
Another question here from FinkIn23 says Van Leer had another big game on special teams. What makes him so special?
Speed,
yeah.
Quickness and speed. It's just very natural in his cutting ability, and but it's just quickness and speed. And we've got to do a better job of getting him the ball, not just in special teams. We've got to get him the football more in our offensive sets too.
Another question here that has been tweeted in. This one from Morg Springford. Some OVC teams grabbed marquee wins this weekend. Is this the best the league has been?
The best teams in the league were last year, in my opinion. We had one dominant team that I thought was capable of winning it all in EIU. It's the best team I've played by far since I've been at Tennessee Tech in the FCS. This year, I think we've got a lot of really good teams. I think the OVC will be even tougher this year, but I think it's better for us that there may not be that one dominant team, that if we'll just win our share and keep hanging around, stay in the background a little bit here and knock off one here, knock off one there, hang around, then all of a sudden you're in the fourth quarter of the last 4 games, and a lot of those games are at home. Our schedule is built so tough early on the road. We cannot let that get us. We got to keep getting better. If we lose some early, just keep hanging around, and all of a sudden we might get hot late and might be in the mix to get into the playoffs or to win it late in the year.
We've got 3 of the last 4 at home.
Yes, we do.
One final question from King Bevo 10. With the bye week coming up so early in the season, what are the advantages and disadvantages?
again, the advantages of what?
The open date.
The open date. Oh,
Yeah.
a lot to me right now, just because of the game we played. We have yet to play a really good football game. We've had 2 games so far. I would give us a C in the first one. I'd give us a D in the second one, close D to F in the second one. So we haven't put it together yet. I think we need a little more time to keep getting better and keep getting these little things. Little things, when you're talented enough, and I think we're good enough to be in the mix around the league, when you're good enough, you've got to do the little things well. We're just not doing them right now at all. We're very inconsistent.
Tennessee Tech does have the open date this week, then travels to Nashville to take on Tennessee State, and then to Northern Iowa the next week. So good open date coming before you have 2 good road opponents.
Well, that's exactly right. The tough part of our schedule is early in the year as far as road, and we've got to get through it, find a way to win a couple of them somehow. And then if we can just be really good at the end of the year, we might make a run.
What do you do this week in practice?
We're going to get after it good. We got 2 hard weeks of back to pad work, very physical. We will not work on TSU at all on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Thursday, we'll look at TSU a little bit and get an extra day on Thursday and Sunday on the Big Blue.
Coach, enjoy a good week of practice. We'll see you right back here next week.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. For Tennessee Tech head coach Watson Brown, I'm Buddy Pearson. Thanks for watching The Watson Brown Show.
The Watson Brown Show has been brought to you by IWC Cash and Carry, Wendy's Breakfast of Cookeville, Zaxby's, Pepsi, and Miller Lite.
With quality brand name products at affordable wholesale prices, Cash and Carry is the perfect place to shop. Whether shopping for individual, business, churches, or more, Cash and Carry is sure to meet your needs. Cash and Carry of Cookeville, 931-528-8050.